Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Before we get into it, make sure to hit subscribe down below, the bell notifications to be notified every time I post a new video, and make sure to give me a thumbs up to support the channel. Now, let us get into today's topic, which is Meghan McCain leaving The View. You have probably heard by now the announcement that Meghan McCain is departing from the daytime talk show. It was announced last Thursday that this is going to be her final season on the daytime talk show. And her reasons were that she is living her life differently. Post-COVID, she relocated to DC and basically doesn't want to come back to New York, where assumedly they're going to resume filming the show in person starting in September. So yeah, it was really interesting. If you saw the episode, it seemed like the co-hosts didn't know that she was announcing her goodbye, although maybe they did, I don't know. Whoopi had a really interesting reaction, and you could definitely tell by it that she was in part responsible for her leaving, which I think, if you were privy to the last few months of the show's dynamic, was no surprise, which was that her dad basically told them when she started on the show to take his child and to toughen her up. Showed a complete lack of respect for her, and it was a very, I think, condescending anecdote, and Joy didn't have very much of a response, and Sunny and Sarah were very professional and wished her well. And there was a Page 6 story that was released on Sunday that talked about Whoopi, Joy, and Ana Navarro all having gone to the executives at ABC and saying that they could no longer work with Meghan after a few different instances over the last few months of her losing her temper on air and having basically like complete meltdowns. And it was confusing, I think, too, based on Thursday. I mean, Meghan definitely tried to make it look like she was quitting. I definitely thought that she was fired. I was shocked that she was leaving, just because, like, the show, as much as she's annoying and everyone complains about her, I mean, if you go on Twitter on any given day, there's a barrage of tweets over the asinine comments that she made on the show that day, or her being memeified over some factually inaccurate statement that she made. But people love to hate her, and the show's been rated #1 for a long time because people tune in. And as much as she's hated, people are watching. And she's ratings gold, I think. And even just her dynamic, I think, with the other women makes the show interesting. It adds an element of drama. She's not there because she's intelligent or knowledgeable or adds something of substance, but she's there for dramatics. It is TV still, after all. It is entertainment, right? I was surprised, but I felt like her contract was not being renewed. I felt like ABC was not offering her a contract renewal and sort of offered her the opportunity to, like, go out this way. And she took it, because why wouldn't you, right? Like, if you can go out on your own narrative, then that's better than basically getting fired or looking like you're getting fired. That seemed like that's what was happening to me, because I don't really think Meghan would ever quit. and especially not in this way, and not for the reasons that she's giving. So I could be wrong, but that's what I think. And this page 6 story seems to confirm that, which is that, I mean, it seems like ABC basically was letting her go because too much of their, especially their, OG talent, when Whoopi and Joy are saying it's her or us, they're going with Whoopi and Joy because the show actually can't function without them, right? Like, especially both of them. It'll be interesting, though, I think, to see who they're going to replace her with. That's the $1 million question. They have some time to figure it out, unlike when they have mid-season firings or recastings. Byla was in the seat that Meghan was in, the conservative seat, before Meghan. Now, it was even a little weird, and I don't even fully know why Meghan was brought onto the show, honestly. Because Jedediah had signed on in the 2017 season for the next year. And she was very beloved by the audience. I mean, I really liked her. I thought she was great, very intelligent, articulate, knowledgeable. But then about a month in to the new season, she was randomly, and she says it, she was randomly let go and then replaced with Meghan. So I don't know if it was literally like John McCain said, hey, I want you to hire my daughter. And then they just, when he said jump, ABC said how high. I don't know if literally that's what happened. She used to be in the seat. And so, but she was a little bit of an unknown before that. And I don't think they can really go back to that. I feel like now they need someone who is going to sort of bring an element of dramatics. Somebody, I think, who's going to bring the heat, so to speak. Tommy Lahren is somebody who came to mind. She's a firecracker. I think the show would be completely explosive. She's also younger because she's about my age. I'm like 26. I know she's in her 20s. And I think that could be interesting for The View to like hit a little bit of a younger demographic. Since they don't really have anyone kind of in that demo hosting, could be interesting. This Owens is someone I thought of. Again, would be sort of a lightning rod. I think it'd be interesting also to have a conservative woman of color in that seat. Bring another kind of, interesting element of like diversity dynamic also. Would be very interesting, and I think she's a lightning rod. I would love to see her and Sonny spar. I think that would be so entertaining. Makes you smile just thinking about it. I don't think she would. Well, and she just signed on for another TV gig. Megyn Kelly is the one, I think. I don't know how she would do in a panel show, and I don't think she would. She just signed on for something, but I think she could be interesting. She's definitely not going to be an option. Kat Timpf is someone I actually like a lot, and I think is an actually rational conservative. More of a libertarian, moderate, but I think that counts. Yeah, I think she counts, and I think she could be really fun. And she's also, again, she's younger. I love her energy and her spunk. I think she and Joy would have a ball with each other, because she's very ostentatious, but she has a lightness to her that Meghan doesn't. So I think she would bring that argumentativeness, but also would be very sarcastic and fun and lighthearted at the same time. So I think she'd be a really good addition. C. Cup is somebody people have thrown around a lot. She's a lot like Kat Timpf, I think. She is very dry humor. Yeah, I know she's friends with Meghan, which, makes me go like that. But I think she could be great too. She's very, very respectful though. So I think she would be very poised in that seat. So there's a lot of options. I mean, there's definitely, I don't think there's necessarily a shortage of options, but and I think the one question I think that a lot of people will ask is Ana Navarro. Could Ana become a full-time member of the panel? I don't think it will happen. There's a couple of reasons. The first reason is that I think they need someone in that rotating seat. There's enough absences and things that happen where they need somebody who can fill in on a dime, and she obviously can do it. And so I think having somebody who can be the fill-in is really valuable. And so I think the fact that she actually is a conservative, even though she's a lighter conservative, we'll say, but I think that is also somewhat valuable. So I think that they will keep her in that rotating seat for that reason. And then also, I don't think she brings enough dramatics for it to work. Even some of the people I just named, I'm not sure if they would do that. But I think perhaps if they were coached in the sense of this is an important element, and we need you to sort of bring the heat, I think that they would. But I don't think that's Anna's thing. I don't think that she cares to engage with people on that level. And I like that about her. She's very civil. She's extremely witty and funny, but she's very civil. But I just don't think that that's what they want in a full-time host. And she's so valuable also in that rotating seat that I just don't think they want to lose her in that spot. So I don't think that will happen, but we'll see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm really excited. Obviously, the dynamic will change regardless, and always when you change one host, the whole dynamic of the panel changes. So it'll be really exciting, and I think that being back in the studio next year, it'll be exciting. They haven't been back in the studio in a year. It'll be a year and a half at that point. So I think it'll feel really fresh, and I'll be really, really excited for it. So, yay. Thanks so much for watching, and peace out.